Demand for cannabis classes grows after recreational marijuana legalization in Minnesota and other places. Would you take a cannabis class? Have you taken a cannabis class? And where would you want to take it? Let us know, but let's check this out. Inside a co-working space in Minneapolis, 24 people took attentive notes and followed a presentation as an instructor taught the basics, how many cannabis plants they're allowed to grow, and what they will need to do it. The class was a home-growing boot camp educating people on the new law legalizing marijuana this summer, and demand for other courses is increasing because Minnesotans eager to tap into the newly legal industry want to learn more. We've been having people calling us pretty much every hour of the day asking, hey, I want to become part of this industry. I want to start a business. I'm looking for a job, or I just sort of want to learn about growing at home. So it's been easy to train and meet the demand. The college that they were at isn't an accredited program. It's a nonprofit that began a few years ago when hemp products were first popping up in the state. But it's been able to expand because of legalization. The group's goal is to support entrepreneurs who want to become part of the industry and equip them with the training that they need. Soon, there will be classes on business management, cannabis cultivation, bud tending, people who want to sell in retail stores. This is literally the reason why this channel was created, was for education and knowledge for you to start where you want to go. Maybe you learn about how much revenue is being made in your state in the gummy field, so you want to start making gummies. I'm not going to have all the information. We're not going to have all the information, but we'll help you get started so you can do the rest. This is awesome. Let's keep going. There won't be dispensaries except for some tribal nations in Minnesota until at least early 2025, which is crazy. I don't know why they keep doing this. I don't know why they keep legalizing it and then waiting a year or two, which I understand. I know the answer. You have logistics, you have licenses, you have to do all that stuff. But it just seems we're suffering from a generality of lack of motivation, ironically, and not coming from the stoners, or a lack of expedition, a lack of we have no sense of urgency when we're enacting these laws. To get the benefit of legalization, you have to do it as quickly as possible, or else you're not going to see the benefits for a long time. Minnesotans can grow up to 8 plants in their home, which prompted the Minnesota Cannabis College to offer a class on how to do it, though their main focus is on the business of cannabis. Shout out to Minnesota Cannabis College for you even actually having classes on anything cannabis related. Their biggest surprise has been the number of people that are actually wanting to take the affirmative step of starting their own business. How are you surprised about that? I don't know. Anyway, we've had people reach out that, yes, are cannabis enthusiasts, but also they don't use cannabis themselves, who just been prior business entrepreneurs and see this as a new opportunity. Now, some people don't care about non-smokers jumping in because they're just businessmen and they see this as a business opportunity. That's going to happen no matter what. There's nothing you can do about that. But what we can be cognizant of when we move forward is equity of people harmed and a priority of these businesses. In California, they have a tier system with licensing. Tier 1, if you're a legacy person and you've been in it, you'll get first dibs on getting a new license if you want one. Tier 2 is equity, social equity, people in the area. And then Tier 3 is just businesses in general with no really criteria except just business. I want to come into the game. I don't really care. It's a new opportunity. And that's fine. You can get in it. It's fine, but get in the back of the line. Especially if you've been in the business of promoting against cannabis. That's a different topic. I think you shouldn't be allowed in the industry for like 10 years or something like that. But that's just my opinion. His group has entirely booked most of its classes it has offered. Some are free, but others have a fee to join. That's fair. In order to keep giving classes, you're going to have to charge a little bit of fee. St. Cloud State University is the first school to offer an online certificate in cannabis education. It's a 24-week non-credit program with 4 areas of study: cannabis agriculture, horticulture, cannabis compliance and risk management, business of cannabis, and cannabis healthcare and medicine. That's awesome. That's really cool. Shout out St. Cloud State. Never heard of it. Those enrolled can learn at their own pace with fully online classes. It's great. Although in person, if you're growing, you do really kind of want to learn in person on how to grow, what to look for, the visuals of it, how you can feel out and look at plants and just know if they're good. That just comes with experience. When we knew that the law was going to be passed and signed by the governor, we heard about in the spring, we thought to ourselves, how can we be innovative? What bold approach can we take to help to offer not just the St. Cloud community, but really the entire state an opportunity to really advance themselves in the cannabis industry? He said interest in the program and enrollment surpassed expectations in the first week of opening. A couple dozen began classes in September, and another group will begin November 8th. Cannabis agriculture and horticulture, which focuses on the study of the plant itself, is the most popular. I'm very fascinated by plants as well because in a lot of ways, we're just plants. What do we need? Sunlight and water. We're plants. Minnesota was the 23rd state to legalize cannabis, and it has a medical program for years. This is awesome. And you're going to start seeing this as states legalize one by one. It would be my recommendation that at the top, you submit ideas like this for classes, curriculums, just like they do in any other thing. Okay, you have a national history curriculum. It's going to be like that. You're going to have to establish over time, since we've never done it, a new cannabis horticulture curriculum. Now, business is business. That sales and all that stuff, that's kind of the same. But where it differentiates is the licensing, the fees, the zoning areas, the rules and regulations, what you can and cannot do, how many things you can advertise, where you can't advertise, what you can't, things like that. It is different for the cannabis world, just like alcohol. It's a specialty. That's why they have the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, which isn't the DEA. So they have a separate industry when really they kind of do the same thing, but just in different variations. And you're going to start seeing, I think, as bartenders and service industry workers and servers need certifications, like your food service handler's card or bartending certifications to do certain things, that might be popping up as the years go. In order to be a bud tender, you need to get certified or take a class. I know some states make you do a background check or fingerprint. I am not with that. I'm totally against that. I don't think you should have to put your fingerprint into a federal database in order to make a living at anything. If you do, it's your choice. Now, to run your fingerprints to own a dispensary, that's a different story. That doesn't mean it's stored. It just means they've run your background to make sure you're eligible and legal to get a license. Totally okay with that. But I don't think anybody should have. Why would you have to put your fingerprint in to be a bartender? I wouldn't do that either. But that's just me. What do you think? Would you do that? Let me know. What business would you get into in the cannabis world? Growing, selling, bud tending? What would you want to do? What classes would you want to see? Would you take the classes? I would take these classes because I've been, just like everybody else, having to sift through existing videos that somebody like myself has made and hope that they're accurate, hope that they're sourced, and hope I can trust in the source. And I have to go back and just read books and encyclopedias. And for just example, I want to show you a book that you should read or get if you can. This book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes, is the holy Bible of cannabis everything. And I'm going to start reading from here periodically, but I do want to show you. It's by Jack Herrera, which if you're in the industry, you know Jack Herrera, who he is and what the strain is. But a little sneak peek. He signed it. That's pretty cool. So, you want to know more? Let me know. And hey, good news. Stay blessed.